What is up, peeps? It's For The Win TCG, and let's welcome you back to another YouTube video. And today we are going to be reviewing the Fusion Strike set, seeing what cards it can combo with, and seeing what we can do in the forthcoming, once the set is released, that is. So we're going to start off here. We're doing this live on stream. Simon's in here. So if you want to join the stream in the future and get involved in these conversations, watch me play the list that I actually do upload more. Like I've been playing the crowd on this a lot more. Now, if you want to see me do that live, then join the streams. It's twitch.tv/ForTheWinTCG. Flawless intro. Hey, we out here. We out here. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. Right, so some of these cards really aren't that great. This one, though, I did point out, and I pointed this out with Simon, that this combos pretty well with Salazzle. If I grab that here quickly, you can see. This one's interesting. This one I'm I'm going to make a deck on. It's with the, this one. The Derisive Roasting Salazzle. It does 90 times for every special condition on your opponent's active Pokemon. This one throws 3, so you're doing 270 with it. Plus the confusion, poison, and burn damage. So you're actually doing 300 damage with a Twin Energy on a Salazzle. And of course, this combos with the Caterpie and Metapod that's in format. That allows you to evolve same turn. So that's there too. So that's pretty crazy. 300 damage, just madness. Its evolution decks will be slow, but that's something I want to do. And that's a deck definitely going to be making. So I do like the look of that card. This Breloom doesn't seem to have anything in particular that's good, to be honest with me. I mean, it has Cinderace's attack with 20 less damage. So it's a V though, so it getting hit, it's not really what you want. The HP isn't up there. You know, if you really want to do that type of attack where it does more damage, basically does the damage back that what you've been hit with and adds a bit on top, you'd rather use Cinderace. It tanks more, does a bit more damage. You don't want to be using this. It is single strike, so it does have that at least, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere, to be honest. And I don't even know if I can make a really good deck out of this, to be honest, because yeah, we might look into it at one point anyway. You know, when the views start dropping. You know? Okay, Maractus. This one I actually skimmed by. I didn't even pay attention to this one. Discard any number of tools from your hand, and this does 50 damage each. You discarded in this way. This one definitely captures my attention. Really, really does. You can combo it with Greedent, which we know allows you to search for tools. If only that tool search was available. What was it called? It allowed you to search for two tools. Do you remember, Simon? I don't know. That would have been pretty cool. However, that's not in the format. So finding tools is hard. However, 50 damage for them is crazy. And obviously that combos well with Garbodor, which has the... it's basically Trash Avalanche for tool cards. Except on your side of the field and you've got to shuffle them back in. But you know what I mean. Which does 30 damage for each tool in your discard pile. So using the Maractus in the early game... You don't remember. Using Maractus in the early game and then... going for a bit of a Garbodor play. That's something that's really cool. I like this. Fusion Strike is what this set is all about. And that's where the main decks are really going to start coming in. It's mainly Fusion Strike stuff, to be honest, because of that Genesect that's coming out. We'll get to that soon. But I want to see this one. This is 120 damage. If this Pokemon's on the bench became your active, it can be used for 1 grass. So it is very, very, very similar, if not identical. I think it's just less. Is it less damage? I don't know. To Golisopod. That Golisopod GX, if you remember that was played with Zoroark GX and was a really, really good deck at the time. Damage is a bit low. However, bearing in mind it is Fusion, so it has used to, it can utilize a lot of the Fusion, I think it's Fusion Pills or something like that, which buffs the damage, I think 30 for a turn. It's Electro Power for Fusion Strikes. So that's 150. You're still not hitting bigger numbers though. You know, we're talking a VMAX era where we need to hit minimum 160 if we're looking to two-shot a lot of things. So, although, bear in mind, I think this would be a cool and fun deck to do. So I actually do want to do this and see how it goes. I think that'd be a good bit of fun. Maybe go for a bit of a throwback. Play it with Cincino and do basically a Zoroark Golisopod. I think that would be cool. I think that'd be really cool. So I will look into that. And I can't believe I skimmed over that, Simon. Because we was looking at this before and I just skimmed over these ones. This one I was looking at Araquanid. Huh. Never can say it right. Anyway, Araquanid, being able to move energy once it attacks, could work with something like Delmise. However, it's a stage 1 and the attack cost is a bit high. So I don't think much will go from that. So I'm not very impressed. Serena, this one I really like. I like the Serena. I like it. It's a bit roguey. It's a bit roguey. It's a rogue card. 110%. It allows you to do 40 damage for any number of bench So every Pokemon on your bench, then you have to discard them. So I say things in a really weird way. I could just read them. Discard any number of your bench Pokemon. This attack does 40 damage for each bench Pokemon discarded in this way. So it's good. It's a 2-price attacker. Can hit some good damage. Can be utilized with the likes of Rescue Carrier, Yamper. You could have Chatot in there. You could have Zigzagoons in there and just discard them and just keep doing that. And Zigzagoons would be really good, I think. Using Rescue Carrier to bring them back. And just keep doing it. Zigzagoons might be the play, to be fair, with this one. Zigzagoons, Chatot, Pumpkaboo, they look like they could be the real ones that are working with this deck, I think, personally. Because they're really good drop-down effects. So there's that. And also you can combine it with Crobats and stuff like that, but they're a bit harder to recover. There could be a little engine, though, where you play that supporter. What's that supporter? I forgot what it's called, where it allows you to recover energy and Pokemon into your hand regardless. It's a supporter card, but what if your hand is low? Play one of them, recover a Crobat, and just throw it down on the bench. Draw some cards. There you go, and that's extra damage as well. So this has a lot of fun combos you can really do with it, which I'm looking forward to. I'll be honest. Moving on to the Rillaboom VMAX, I'm not a fan personally. It's Rapid Strike, which is nice, but the attack cost is ridiculously high. It's 4 energy. For 180 and 40 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Now, Spread is good. Spread is good in the format. But there's just so much better options. You have Inteleon. You have the new Inteleon that's coming out. You have, what else? Dragapult in the format. You have, obviously, Urshifu, which is ridiculous right now. Best deck in format, according to Tord Redcliffs. So, I don't think this really has a place. It's nice if you like Rillaboom, you can throw that in there. You can combo it with the other one and just have that as a one-of in a Rillaboom deck that you have. That's really cool. Again, we will play these cards just to see, because I'm not the type of person to be a bit ignorant and say this is bad. You know, that happens a lot of times. You know, people think, oh, that's not a great card, and then bang, a massive deck comes out with it. So now, of course, we'll be looking at it, but my personal opinion, I don't think that'll have any sort of place in the meta. Definitely. This Appleton V, again, nothing too great. It's 100 damage, heals 30. For that type of energy, is not good. Let's be real. Yeah, Zarude, not good. There's a lot of the ones here that just aren't going to be that great. You know, the bulk cards, the cards where you sit there and go, there's nothing you can do, even if we tried. This is 40 damage plus 30 if we hit heads. There's nothing happening there. You know what I mean? Nothing at all. Let me take my headphones off. I don't even need my headphones on. I can hear my own voice in person. Oh, God. Right, this Ninetales I was looking at. And to be fair, it's good, right? It's good. Victini would love this. Any fire deck would like this Ninetales. Obviously, it's a stage 1, but hey, that tends to be the case when it comes to stage 1 abilities. They're usually pretty good. It's quite rare to find a basic ability that is, you know, as good as this, let's say. You know, you have your Altarias, you have your Bronzongs. These are the ones where you find some real cheeky abilities. Issue is, water in the format is going to be really good. So, and this is another reason why, although Victini does see play, it's not really up there. Because Suicune, right? Suicune's out there just doing a madness. And it will continue to do a madness. It's still one of the best decks. It's definitely tier 1, 110%. So, I don't think this is going to see any play, but playing some fire decks, mate, you're going to love this. 2 retreat costs less, which is great. Especially if you're coming up against Flareon. Not only do you have weakness advantage now, you have retreat cost reduced. Air balloon that, bang. Leafeon's doing nothing to you. Arcanine, who doesn't love an Arcanine? This does 30 damage to itself and 160 damage. Again, not that great. Play a Moltres, mate. Right, Macargo. What does this one do? A lot of this is first impression, by the way. A lot of these I really haven't seen. So, flip 3 coins for each Tails, discard an energy from this. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. I get it. Setbacks. I'm seeing a lot of 1 prize is hitting 150 with a setback. Like, it can't attack next turn. Which I get because, you know, throw a... What's that? Tool card that does like 10 extra damage. Throw that on there, you hit 160, you're potentially 2-shotting. Put that in a Inteleon deck, you'll be 2-shotting a lot of VMAXs. So I get the setback behind it. However, it's a stage 1. Don't think it's going to do that great. Arcanine's better than Macargo? Yeah, because Arcanine can just do the straight 160, which is 2-shotting. I hear you, man. That's good. That's just a good shout. Attach basic energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. Nothing new there, to be honest. I have a quick ball search. You can use that to get some things charged up on the bench, but it's going to get KO'd, isn't it? And that's not what you want. Okay, so Simisear. Discard up to 2 basic energy from your hand. This attack does 60 damage for each card discarded in this way. So 1 energy, 120 damage for discarding energy. Combo with Volcarona. That would be pretty cool. Might actually play this. I don't think it's anything meta, but combo that with Volcarona, mate. Bang. Just keep doing damage here and there. Keep picking. And just start whacking some Volkies on in the late game. Seems pretty cool. Right. Chandelure. Chandelure. So, the one we obviously want to see is Chandelure V Max, which does 70 damage for every trainer in your opponent's hand. So, it's basically the Gengar, Mimikyu Gengar attack, but extra damage, except... although the ability, I like the ability. I didn't really pay attention to this ability. Assuming that you're not being pathed, and you can deal with that, preventing your opponents from playing tools is pretty decent, because tools are quite common in the format now. You see a lot of tool jammer out there. You see a lot of... I'm seeing a lot of guard, actually, on the format. You're seeing a lot of Cape of Toughness in your Zacian Zamazenta decks and in your Suicune decks. Preventing them from playing that ups your damage output, right? Because if they can't play it, then they go. However, very similar to Gengar and Mimikyu, this is why Gengar and Mimikyu wasn't really that long-lasting, is, well, they can just thin their hand as much as they can. You know, play their trainers, quick ball them away, discard them, just thin the hand as much as possible. Although that's a benefit because you're limiting them from actually, you know, doing what they want. You're limiting your output quite massively. And it's not like you could play Memory Energy and have Chandelure V do a slightly different attack, you know, because all it really has is confusion for 1 energy with no damage and the same attack just for less damage, the Poltergeist. So it's a good card. I just think your opponent could play around it. If there's any sort of lock in the future where you prevent your opponent from playing these cards, then, you know, there you go. But, you know, even if you combo it with like a Vikavolt, you can Vikavolt, prevent them from playing items, but then in the turn afterwards, you've got to come in. Actually, to be fair, combo it with Vikavolt could be a decent shout. It would be awkward, but you could do it, right? You definitely could. Anyway, this one has definitely turned raised a few eyebrows. 90 for 3, but if you have 6 energy, it does 90 plus 180 to your opponent's bench. A bit of a meme card. I'll definitely look into this one. You know, do some crazy, I don't even know, Bay or something. Oh no, you can't even Bay because Bay's only fighting Pokemon. Just get a bunch of energy on it and do 90, 180. The issue is it's low HP. Like, it's easily KO'd. Even with a Cape of Toughness, you're still not avoiding a lot of these cards in the format. So that's its biggest setback. It's a lot of energy, a lot of low HP. It's not a good combination. But it's a meme, man. Getting a little cheeky game with this. You know, they got a Crobat on the bench. You need it for game and you managed to do it. Just smack it in there. Why not? Throw it on the bench. Build it up a little bit. Yeah, that sounds quite cool. The Oricorio is a Fusion Strike. I don't want to go as far as to say staple for the archetype, but it will be played definitely, which is your Fusion Strike Pokemon take 20 less damage, and of course put 5 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. It's mainly there for Mew. Mew VMAX, of course, allows you to use any of your opponent's, so any of your Fusion Pokemon's attacks. So you can do the 5 damage counters. So if you're playing Mew VMAX and you hit some damage and they retreat and they're only about 5 damage or 3 damage counters away from being KO'd, you can use this attack for game or something like that. Plus the ability buffing up your VMAXs is good. So you have that too. Cinder Ace, Single Strike. This is a bit of a madness. Is this the new... the new... sorry. Is this the new Urshifu Single Strike? 230 plus burn. Can't attack during your next turn. 4 energy, right? So the same as single Urshifu. Single Strike. Can use heat energy. So you can buff its HP, which is relevant when you're playing Single Strike, because obviously if you use your Houndooms, there you go. As long as you can do that, it's a bit clunky, but you know. Charge it up. That's 250, 270, 290, fully charged up with 3 Single Strikes. You're not one-shotting, but the burn is what we're talking here, because that brings from 290 to 310. You're one-shotting low HP ones. And then if they don't get rid of the burn, then that's another KO, which puts pressure on your opponent. So this is a good, fun card, I think. I think it's really good. What does the V do anyway? There's 2 different Vs. Are we getting 2 different Vs in the set? So that's 210. Can't attack. And 50 damage. This one is just straight 210. And discard 2 fire energy. So both of them hitting 210. This one has high HP, so that might see more play, to be honest. That's cool, though. I'm excited about that one. That one is really fun. We have a Rapid Strike Center Scorch, which is 30 damage during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon attack does 90 more. Don't like the look of that. It doesn't even use Rapid Strike energy properly. It doesn't, because Rapid Strike energy allows you to... only provides fighting and water. So you can't even throw a Rapid on this. So... The free retreat is nice, obviously, with the Rapid Strike archetype, but I just don't think it's going to see much play. I don't think it can survive the turn afterwards to be able to do that extra 90. Plus, it's only 120, so the damage is just too low. They need to start buffing these Pokemon a bit more, I think, single prizes, because they're getting a bit of a bad run now, aren't they, with that damage creep. Is damage creep HP creep? I forgot what it's called. You know, HP slowly just goes up over time, but these lag behind. Shell Armor for the Cloyster, 60 damage. This attack does 30 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That is very similar to what is it? Corsola V, except it doesn't have that ability like Corsola has. One benefit though, it takes 30 less damage from attacks. So technically you have a 160 HP base Pokemon here. You can throw some extra tools on it, throw guard on it for an extra 20 less damage. So that's 50 less damage from attacks. And you do some spread damage. And you only need to attach to 1 energy. So playing this... Hey, Furcher, how you doing, mate? Thanks for coming along. We're recording a video right now, so I hope you do enjoy whilst we do it. Yes, where was I? So, 60 plus 30, do a bit of spread damage here and there. I think that's pretty cool. Single energy attachment with the Rapid Strike energy, that's pretty cool, I think. Play it in an Inteleon list with an auxiliary to help you out, and just start putting damage on the board here and there. The damage output is very low, but with something like Inteleon, you can buff it up a bit. It's a bit of a meme, but there's something there. There's something a little bit fun there, so I'm definitely looking at that. That seems quite fun. Right, Starmie. I've heard some things about this one too. We're getting into the nice stuff now. We're getting into some Rapid Strike stuff, which is nice. You may discard any number of water energy from this Pokemon. For each energy you discarded, choose one of your opponent's Pokemon and do 30 damage to it. This and Frostmouth is going to be ridiculous. I'm going to play this. This is going to overtake the Lapras in my Lapras deck, right? So my Lapras deck, if you haven't seen it, you can check on the channel. It will be there. It does 30, obviously, for every energy attached to it. 90 plus that. But it has Eldegoss and Frostmouth. Eldegoss Frostmouth with this... You're talking mad damage. And I was actually watching Mahone's video, and he pointed out that you can pick each time you're putting 30 damage on. So it's not put 30 damage onto, I think... Oh, no, it is. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon and do 30 damage to it. Wait. Yeah. The way it's written, what it means is you can pick one, 30 damage. Pick another, 30 damage. Pick the same one twice, 60 damage. Pick another one twice, 60 damage. Sobbles are going to hate you. Okay? Early turn, get that going, you can wreck your opponent. So, that's fun. That I'm going to be looking at too. I actually love new sets, man. There's so many exciting things you can do. This Lapras, what are we doing here? Return all energy attached to this Pokemon to your hand. This attack does 100 damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon. Cheeky. Again, following the archetype of this Starmie here. Throw that in there, charge up of Frostmouth. 100 damage on the board, that extra 10 damage, although you'd rather just do this, wouldn't you? Cool card, nice, can get you some games here and there. I quite like that. That's cool. For Alligator, one of my brother's favourites, I think. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, during your turn, flip a coin. If heads, discard the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck. If tails, discard the top 5 of your deck. So a mill card. 140, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. So this is a disruption card, but there's a risk. And I don't think that's going to work. There's a toxicity with a similar attack. No. Cool, though. Really cool. I think it won't see much play, but I will try. We'll see what we can do. This, however, I don't like this card. This card is going to be the bane of my existence on the ladder, and I can already tell. Single energy attachment. Choose up to 3 in any combination, Pokemon, and supporter cards from your discard pile, show them to your opponent, and put them into your hand. Control deck. It's pretty much a Ranguru. Stage 1 granted. Now, there will be, and I'm confident there will be, some sort of combo that someone will find, or that will occur in the future. When this deck is in format, it will be good. I'll guarantee you at one point in the future, you can mark my words here, this will be best deck in format at one point in time. Guarantee it. There'll be cards coming out in the future for mill and stuff like that that are just going to allow it to dominate. Guarantee it. Or Tord Redclef will come and look at that and be like, what can we do? And he'll make a masterpiece. So get ready for this, okay? Get ready for that, because that's going to come in hot. Absolutely hot. This has a little hit and run move, but 20 damage hit and run, not good. Not good at all. Swampert. Do you remember the Swampert that, what was it? I think it had the trade ability. Didn't see any play, but it was fun. Once during your turn, you may attach a water or fire energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon. 180, this does 20 damage to each of your bench Pokemon. Bit awkward, isn't it? Bit awkward. Stage 2 has a setback like that. Damage to your Pokemon. Yes, there's cards that can work with that, but I mean, also water or fire energy cards. Only one, I believe. Play Frostmouth. It's disappointing, unfortunately. You know, on the surface, it looks like a good card. You know, someone who's new to the game will read that and be like, wow, that's crazy. There's better options. A lot better options. But again, we'll see what we can do with that bad boy there. Maybe try and combo it with something like an Entei, single strike or something, you know. See what we can do. Right, Hantel and Gorby basically have some abilities to counter single strikes and rapid strikes. The Hantel has the one which is... that's it. They require 1 more energy single strike Pokemon to use their attack, which is useful. And then you have Gorby, which is a rapid strike Pokemon. They have no ability. So it's an ability lock for rapid strike. Huge. Absolutely huge for Inteleon. But the Drizzile can still work around this. So you're probably better off paying your Jolteon. But hey, that's pretty cool. I like that. Throw that in a Fusion Deck as a tech. To be fair, I don't think that will see that play, but that's one thing you can do in Fusion decks. Greninja V. I didn't even know this card was here. 80 damage, flip 3 coins, it does 80 damage times the number of heads. Okay. Nothing crazy there. Is there a Greninja V Max? I don't think there is. There will be, though. Definitely. What does this call it to do? This attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Ah, nothing crazy. Crabominable has seen some discussion. Big time. Has seen some discussion. People comparing it to Sableye. Reason being is, well, you got a bit of mill in the first attack, which is nice. Discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. That's pretty cool. But it's more about the second attack, which is 90 plus 60 for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. This is the same as Sableye, except Sableye's 10 plus 60. Difference is, obviously, is the energy. Now, there is ways around this. You obviously have Frostmouth. You obviously have Melanie, which is a card that is going to be very playable. So those are ways around it. I like the 90 base damage, though, because just 1 damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon equals 150. That's 160. 2 of those, bang, you get a KO. And it's not hard to get 1 damage counter down. You don't even need to play this in Inteleon. You can just play a few Zigzagoons. But if you really want to buff it, playing Inteleon, that's 120 plus 90. That's 210. Another Inteleon here and there. You're starting to get some crazy one-shots with this deck at some points in the game. But even if you want to be cheeky, play it with a Noivern. You know, play it with a Noivern. I'm going to look at this definitely in future. It's cool. People will still probably prefer Sableye. I kind of prefer this, right? And this is my point of view. 220 HP, Cape of Toughness, you're boosting it to 270. That's a good HP to have in the format. Obviously, there's some cards that can just one-shot you anyway. Urshifu doesn't even need single strike energy to one-shot you. But Urshifu takes damage counters. So, there you go. Weakness is important. Sableye is weak to fighting. You don't want to play a Sableye, okay? Urshifu's going to wreck you. So, the HP, the weakness, that sells this card to me, I think. Although it's a bit slower, I'm sold by that because of those reasons. Pyukumuku always has a weird ability. Once during your turn, if this card is in your hand, you may put this at the bottom of your deck, then draw a card. You can't use more than 1. See, I wish you could use more than 1. That'd be mad. Imagine having 4. It's like, oh, let me just get 4 fresh cards. This is one of those cards where you play it in your deck and it's like, you're playing it because you run out of space. So you have more space to fill, and there's nothing really to play. And it's like, all right, okay, I have 4 spaces left, and I think I've got my deck done, and I want it to be a bit more concise. I don't want to draw into some random cards I don't need or anything like that. Let's just play Pukumuku so I can just draw more cards. It's like Judge's Whistle. Don't think it'll see much play, but it's cool. Ooh. Inteleon. Oh, okay. So, this is going to be one of my favorites. The Inteleon V is nothing special. It does have 120 plus 20 to one of your opponent's Pokemon, which is cool. But I love the look of this. One of my favorites. The artwork as well. It's great stuff. So, this bad boy. Double shooter. Once during your turn, you may discard a water energy from your hand. If you do, put 2 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon. It is spread. It is literally the same ability as Volcarona GX, which had that ability with fire energy. Now, Volcarona GX didn't see much play, even with that ability. Obviously, the format at the time is what's important there. But this is different. Rapid Strike can do a single energy attack 70, and you may return this card to your hand if it does 70 more. So, place this Rapid Strike down, do 140, bring it back to your hand, play it with, obviously, an Inteleon and an Auxiliary. Even if you get Marnied, you're getting your energy whenever you need it. So that's 140. You're getting damage spread on the board with that. So that's 160. Let's say if you just hit one of those. That's bearing in mind you just hit one. If you go for some more. It reminds me of that. What was that Greninja? Wasn't there a Greninja that had a similar thing? With its attack, discard energy from your hand or something, and you can do some crazy spread. Very similar. But have a few of these on the board. 2 of them on the board. You're doing 40 damage. And then you have your Inteleons, Rapid Strike Inteleons. Bang. Extra damage on the board. The numbers add up rapidly. And also, it's a big tanky VMAX. It can do a 2-shot. It can do that. It can play Cheryl, which is crazy, right? Whack a Cheryl on this. Jesus Christ. It's good. Yes. 2 damage to 2. Oh, I didn't even misread that. Put 2 damage on 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. There you go. Madness. This card's going to be good. It will be somewhere in the top tier, I think. I don't think it'd be, well, it'd be like tier 2 or tier 1.5, I think. Something like that. Maybe tier 1. All right. And what's making me think that is the tankiness, the damage output, the spread. It's all there. I love this card. It's one of my favorite cards. I'm going to be getting this as soon as I can. I'm a huge fan of Inteleon. Inteleon's one of my favorite Pokemon. It's really just creeped up there. I love Inteleon. And I think that's because of the first Inteleon VMAX. I used to love that card, man. So this excites me big time. Absolutely excites me big time. And I want to make a deck on it. Man, I'm so pumped for this card. I really am. Right, we're going to start looking at some more important cards now because time's running a bit thin. My light's going to go in a second. I can see it's happening. So, all right, what's this Frostmouth do? 160, put all energy from this into your hand. This is made to combo with the other Frostmouth, by the way. I've noticed Pokemon do this. They release a card with a decent ability, and they release the same Pokemon as a different card that can use that ability. And it's like, well, it's a bit weird, personally. But hey, 160 return to hand. Could get you a little late game KO. Oh, God. Oh, what's this? Explosion. Oh, wow. This looks cool. This looks funny. This looks really funny. 120 does 90 damage to itself. It's single strike, so guess what? It can use single strike energy. Why not whack a charm on there? Whack a charm, bring it up to, what, 120? It won't KO itself. So you could do 140 damage with single strike energy, right? And it won't KO itself. Obviously, it'll probably get KO'd in the process with, like, Inteleons and stuff. But that seems fun. This could be a little meme deck, I think. That's cool. So you can actually avoid the whole KO thing unless they play, you know, some sort of Tool Jammer or Tool Scrapper. Bear that in mind, obviously. That seems cool. A Bomber Snow. Have I seen that yet? Did I miss a Bomber Snow? I hope not. What's that Dreadnought doing? Oh, nothing great. Nothing great. Yes, there's the Pikachu, but it's not really doing anything crazy, is it? Not doing anything too good, although the artwork's quite nice. I do like the artwork. It's cute. Really cute. Plus or Minun. Ooh, they always have something funky going on. 20 damage. If Minun uses attack during your last turn, does 120. Okay. Search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon, put them onto your bench and shuffle your deck. Alright, so it's a little cheeky plus or Minun deck, which always happens. They always have some sort of combo together, but the damage output's low. Just got to point that out. The damage output is low. You can use it with Rapid Strike to get free retreats and stuff. That's cool. Just move around, have some fun. Hey, if you're playing a little cheeky little format, I would love to do like a below 90 HP format. where you could just use 90 HP below cards. That'd be so fun. You know, you use level balls and stuff like that, and you can get these little cards that can just one-shot things, and Big Charm would be there, and Cape of Toughness would be there. A 90 HP below format would be so fun, I think. I'd love to try that out. That'd be interesting. If any of you guys want to see that, I can maybe contact some people and try to do like a 90 HP below format. I want to see how that works. Because there's a lot of below 90 HP good cards coming out because level ball needs some utility, and Pokemon know that, so they're releasing cards that can use level ball really well. Discard all tools attached to your opponent's Pokemon. Okay. Nothing crazy there. You always have something going on. 40 and paralysis if it evolved from this turn. So instant paralysis, although the damage is low. And 160, 30 damage to itself. Nothing crazy there. 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Not the best. Vikavolt. Vikavolts. This always has something. I love Vikavolt. Right, discard 2 lightning energy from this Pokemon and do 200 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Damn! Damn! That is a madness. High energy count, though. If only we had the Charge Bug battery, right? That would be ridiculous. That's a very Vikavolt thing, this. But I'll find a way to make it work. Got to. Have to. Zero Aura. Why do you... Sometimes you get good cards and sometimes you just get trashed. Oh, no. That's a shame. Right, we have the Boltund little archetype here. This Boltund V, no one's going to play. No one's going to play that. People are going to go for the other one. The one that charges itself up. Another one's up. Right, so the main people want to play this for is obviously the Lightning Storm attack. I'm seeing people already trade on PTCGO for when this comes out, just so they have the cards ready to go. This is a good one, although I don't, again, the fighting weakness is massive. It's huge. You don't want to have a fighting weakness in today's format. God, how many times have I said that in the past, you know? Bars Wars around. You don't want fighting weakness, and now here we are again. Right. This bad boy. Cool. Charges itself up. 30 damage for every energy attached to all your Pokemon. Lightning energy. You could have loads of little combos here. Electrode if you want, if you've been feeling risky for some reason. You could have Flaffy, although Flaffy's easily KO'd. It can charge itself up. That's something to point out. It can definitely build up damage, and it has the 230 damage attack as well, which is good for the early game. It's a tough one, right? Because the way the format is, you don't want your VMAXs... most VMAXs get KO'd in like 2 turns, right? In any sort of good deck, right? GMAX Rapid Flow would ruin you in 2 turns. Single Strike Urshifu would destroy you anyway. The Inteleon that's coming out, 2 turns and you're gone. Suicune, 2 turns and you're gone. Like, it's either 2-shot or 1-shot. And consistent 2-shot or 1-shot. Playing this, we have to charge it up a little bit, get some energy on it, attack. You have to sit in the active without KOing them for 230, and then come back in and KO. It's a bit tricky, but if you can switch around and move around and stuff, then this deck can be something. But you're going to be taking some hits, and the weakness isn't that good. So there's a part of me that's doubtful on it, but I'd love to see it work. Would love to. Toxtricity, there's 2. You may leave your opponent's active Pokemon paralyzed. If you do, it does 70 damage to itself. Instant paralysis, that's nice, but the people want to talk about this one. This ability only works if all your Pokemon in play are fusion Pokemon. As long as this Pokemon is in play, the HP of your opponent's VMAX do 30 less. Awesome. This will be in a Genesect deck. People are already talking about it. Genesect V does 210. You have the power pills or the fusion pills, whatever they are. Adding damage on top. Play it with a 4/4 line of Toxtricity. This stacks so you can take off 120 HP from any of your opponent's Pokemon, which is crazy, by the way. No, sorry, VMAX Pokemon. I'm going to point that out, otherwise you're taking 3 KOs. Can you imagine if it was any? Just like Gust Up a Sobble. See you later. KO'd. But no, great stuff. Like, you've got a 310 VMAX, so a 320 VMAX. Take off the 120 HP. They have 200 HP. Your Genesect is 1-hit KOing a VMAX. So this will see play 110%. It might even be like a 1-off or a 2-off in a Mew deck just to really boost the numbers and stuff. I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. Speaking of, we have the Fusion Mew, which will be probably tier 1 best deck in format, maybe even when it comes out. It's its own archetype. It's got its own draw engine. It's different. People are going to want to play it. It's nice. It's nice to see because obviously we're in an Inteleon-ridden format. So it'd be nice to see something different. And this is what's coming. So this Mew, nothing to really shout about. Searches energy, puts it onto itself and stuff, which is nice. But this, choose an attack of one of your bench fusion Pokemon and use it as its attack. So it'll be using Genesect attack mainly. Obviously, we have other things in the format, other trainers that will allow you to accelerate fusion energy on there, which is nice. And on top of that, you have those power pills. I'm going to call them power pills, but I know they're called something else, which buffs your damage. So you have that. This deck's just going to be madness. Free retreat even, psychic hitting weakness. Dark types, mate, you're going to be loving life because if you're coming up against this, you're going to be destroying it. This is why I'm playing, by the way, Single Strike Urshifu VMAX. That's going to be my counter deck, right? This is going to be in the format. You're going to see. Oh, Tommy Boy, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. You're going to see what else in the format. Well, fighting weakness really is. You're not going to see Eternatus, really, are we nowadays? Although you might see a rise in Eternatus with a rise of this. Pointing that out. So, yeah, so there's one-shot potential in your Single Strike Urshifus, and then you play Umbreon VMAXs, gust up these Mews. Mate, you're taking the Mew out easily. So, I'm playing Single Strike Urshifu. That's going to be my main deck for at least a while. I want to see how the format shapes first. But my ladder deck, my tournament decks will probably be that, because you can destroy this deck quite easily, I think, with some Umbreons in a Single Strike deck. I might be arrogant. I might be speaking too soon. You never know. But I think Single Strike Urshifu is the best counter deck to play once this comes out. It's a great deck as it is, and it can deal with this, which is something that's really important. What else? What else do we have? But this Mew, big boy, mad damage, mad stuff. It's just this whole own thing, which is really cool. Gramble. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may put up to 2 Pokemon tool cards from your discard pile into your hand. A little combo there for your Maractus, although I don't think that's the best way to do it, to be honest. It can work, obviously, because you can use Maractus attack and then evolve these, scoop them, and just get them all back into your hand, do it again, and do some crazy damage. It can work, and I might give it a shout. But that's something for your Maractus deck, which is nice. Galarian Cursola. Put a basic Pokemon V from your opponent's discard pile onto their bench, and then put damage counters on them until they have 30 HP remaining. That is mad. Okay, let me tell you why. All right. Play this in an Inteleon, mate. You know, play some sort of I don't know, some sort of Pokemon like there's another Cursola you could play where they get KO'd. That would be ridiculous. Can you imagine playing, right, a Cursola deck where there's the flip KO Cursola, which I'll show you it quickly. Can you imagine this, right? Give me Cursola. This one. Yeah? Play this with the Perish Body, so if they get hit into and KO'd, then you flip a coin. If heads, they get KO'd. Throw their V into the discard pile, bring this back up, throw it back onto the bench, use a couple Inteleons, you've just got another KO. That is some memeage right there, and I'm going to be looking at that. That's fun. That's fun. Oh, God. 30 damage, retreat cost, and attack cost become one. There's a bit of disruption, but nothing too crazy. This, people aren't rating this card, and I get it. It's low HP and stuff. But man, being able to use everything, Fusion, Single, and Rapid Strike, the amount of utility you have is crazy. You have to do Fusion Energy, though. So there's that, because it does 160 with a Fusion Energy attached, 80 without. But you could Fusion Energy, Single Strike Energy, just massively buff its damage output. You know, play... This deck is going to see some madness, I think. It has so much potential and so much creativity around it. So many things you can do. It's ridiculous. You know, give it free retreat. Play the Tower of Water Stadium. Play Houndoom. Get some energy on it. Easily. Bang. Buff its damage output. Play a few Fusion Energy. Play that support that accelerates Fusion Energy. Cape of Toughness. Throw that on there. You know, you've got yourself a crazy deck, mate. That could just do some ridiculous stuff. I think that's really cool. And this is going to see a lot of renditions. You're going to see a lot of different types of decks with this. I'm definitely going to be looking at it too. Because I think it's quite cool and quite fun. Okay, so this one. Obviously, Musharna does a bunch of sleep. Nothing too crazy there. 30 damage each, energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Again, not that good. That doesn't look that good either. Yeah, no. What's this? 70 damage times the number of fusion energy attached to your Pokemon. Oh, so it caps out at what? 280, does it? I think it caps out at 280. That's pretty cool. That might go down. Actually, that's really good. For like, if you're, I think that's a good one of an Immune deck, you know. If you've got all your energy in play, your fusion energy in play, that is, throw that down, you're doing 280. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, I like the look of that. It won't really played on its own. It's just going to go as a Mew. Although, imagine that in a 90 HP format. Might have to change my mind. Just dominate. All right. Oh, wow. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, it is knocked out. Now, any sort of knockout attack is something to look at, no matter how much the cost. But I'm thinking, what if we combo? When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may devolve one of your opponent's bench Pokemon by putting the highest stage evolution to their hand. Devolve a VMAX. Gust it up. KO it. It's a tricky thing, to be fair. A lot of energy, too. Throw a Zacian V in there. Mate. I've got my eye on you. I've got my eye on you. Big time. Dragapult. This one's interesting. 30 damage times the number of fusion Pokemon you have in play. Genesect is going to love this. This is going to be a little cool rogue deck, I think. It's slow, unfortunately, with it being in stage 2. But there's ways to play it. There's definitely ways to play it. The damage output is going to be really good. That's what, 3 times. It's number of fusion Pokemon, so it's 3 times 6. So you're doing 180 for 1 energy, plus the pills. So that's, you're going to be averaging, let's say if you hit a pill a turn, then it's 210 a turn, roughly speaking. For 1 energy is really good. I think that's cool. Will that be better than the other Dragapult? I prefer the other Dragapult. Flipping heads to see if they get to hit you, that's really good, man. I like the other Dragapult. With an Inteleon engine, mate, it's good fun. But that will see some play, definitely. Don't think it's going to be up there, but it is quite roguey. I like it. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a V, that's a 60 more damage for 1 energy. 90 to a V, plus a weakness. It doesn't have anything issues with weakness. That'd be what? 180 to a Crobat. That's a nice little cheeky card there. But it would be great throwing that, right? In a deck where you could use Aurora Energy as a single prize or basic. Like, imagine just throwing that down, attaching energy, gusting, and KOing a Crobat. Like, that'd be ridiculous. But it is stage 1, so it makes it a bit more clunky, unfortunately. Desperate Bomber from Graveler. If this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, put 10 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. Ooh. Ooh. That's pretty cool. Stage 2, though. 180 HP. That's really high for a stage 2. I like this, though I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. Steelix always has some funk to it as well. Let's see what Steelix is doing there. 180 and 30 damage to each of your bench Pokemon. Oof. Not a fan of that. But 180, man. 180, that's crazy good. The energy cost is high, though. 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. That's where you're going to start seeing some stuff happening, mate. You know? Hey, Sombra, how you doing? I'm recording a video, so have fun. Welcome. Right, so that... Interesting. Definitely interesting. Bit of tankiness in that, and you could do some little bit of cheeky stuff here and there. I think we do have it in format, though, already. Something similar, so there's that, got to bear in mind. That's nothing crazy. Oh, another single strike. When this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack, flip a coin. If heads, this Pokemon isn't knocked out. Oh, this little cheeky ability. Hey, Tommy boy, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hey, I think you followed as well. Thank you. I didn't notice. My bad. Tides cause a bunch of editing issues. So I'm not editing this, Sombra, so please. The plan isn't to edit, please. Right. Yeah, that's cool. Although, again... Oh, no, single strike, to be fair. Okay, there's a little deck with this, isn't there? There's Cheryl. Play a few... Houndooms in there. Treat it like a single strike Urshifu. Do some damage. Heal up. That seems quite cool. I like this. I do like this. I like this a lot. Okay, that's interesting. It is a flip heads, though. If only it was guaranteed, that'd be pretty cool. Lucario. Oh, these are like promo ones, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, that's not shocking me. 30 damage, switches one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, your opponent switches active with their bench. Some sort of hit and run. Not that great, to be honest. Nothing here really catching the eye. Oh, March Gang. 60 plus damage. Your opponent has exactly one prize remaining. It does, what, 220? Cool. Like it. Little cheeky tech. Energy's a bit high. You can't really throw it down and attack. But, hey. You could throw that in a Phalanx deck, no? You could. March Gang. Throw that in that deck. It's a Phalanx, so it will count. Hey, that's a little one-off to the Phalanx deck. I like that. I do like that. Shouldn't have told you. Fighting Fairy V. Oh, God. oh, Gengi. I love Gengar. I think a lot of people's favorite Pokemon is Gengar. Right. This one is definitely doing a bit of talk. Seeing a bit of talk, meh. 60 damage times the number of your opponent's Pokemon V and GX in play. This one people are talking about. Do you rival this? I compare this to Single Strike Urshifu. Because we're going to be playing a lot of Vs, and the Vs are in the format big time. Although there are some decks where they can control how many Vs they play. Suicune, let's say, is one where they don't have to go crazy with the Vs. What else is there? VMAX decks can limit themselves. So the amount of damage this is going to do, it's good. But it's dependent, and you don't want to play anything that's, dependent on your opponent too much. But a 250... Now, that's all. Why is there an eyeball in his throat? It does look like an eye, doesn't it? What on earth? What a tongue. Tell me about it. Isn't that... I swear that was meant to be like... I don't know. Like a void. A black hole. Weren't it? Alright. This doesn't look anything great. Are these like promo cards? Because I can see the little thing here. You know when they don't have anything good? It's just there. Oh. You know Pokemon love their Obstagoons, man. 60 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon has damage counters on it, it does 90. Man, it's a stage 2, though. I want to, throw this in an Inteleon, man. You could, though. You could make this work with Inteleon. It's 150. Hey. Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attack. That Pokemon can't use that attack. Oh, okay. Yeah, we know that bad boy. Some Torment. That's cool. Playable, but nothing too crazy. Put 4 damage counters as a level 1 between turns. See? They're trying to combo that with their own Toxicroak. See, they do it. I don't know why they do that all the time. They do. Zoroark. Everyone loves a little Zoroark, but this one looks pretty bad. Yeah, does look pretty bad, unfortunately. Did you see that new Ice Zoroark? They look so nice. Lights gone, people. I'm dark. Ready? Here we go. When there's a will, there is a way. Bang, bang, bang. Ooh. I'm not dark anymore. Try and beat me light. Ain't happening, bro. Ain't happening, man. Right, what else do we have that can really work in this set? 110 damage if you have 2 less bench Pokemon, set as 140 damage. Oh. Pretty cheeky. I like that single strike. It'd be a bit of a tricky deck to play, but that'll be fun. All right, I think now we're just going to look at the Vs and stuff. We have the Genesect in here, one of the most ridiculous. Hey, don't say let's go. All right. Mate, you just want to see me blacked out, don't you? I have ways around it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. At least for the time being. It can go and it will at one point, trust me. So I have to hurry up the video. The Genesect. Ridiculous card. Everyone knows this Genesect, don't they? It's obviously once during your turn, before you attack, you may draw cards from your deck until the number of cards in your hand equals the number of fusion you have in play. Madness. Draw till 6 every turn when you're playing a fusion exclusive deck. Play your card down. It's stackable. Get out of here. Just absolute filth. Absolute filth. Oh, what's this Melmetal? During your opponent's next turn, prevent any damage done to this Pokemon with abilities. Little counter there to Inteleon. I say Inteleon a lot, don't I? But hey, Inteleon's everywhere, man. Another 160, 30 to itself. These Latias and Latios, there is a little fun deck in here. With the 70 damage, prevents damage from VMAX, but, gustable. It's not an ability, it's an attack effect, so you can get out of that. And the ability, and also the attack, I think, from this, and the ability, I think it allows you to accelerate energy into play, right, to each other. Once during your turn, you use this ability, attach a Psychic from your hands, one of your Latios, and this is the same thing, so that's pretty cool. But I don't think it'll go too far. As long as it's in the active spot, whenever your opponent attaches an energy from their hand from their Pokemon, they'll flip a coin. If tails, that energy is discarded. Yikes. That is a big yikes, mate. That's mad. That's crazy. Imagine during your game, there's a 50-50 chance you get energy into play. Obviously, it's a stage 2, so you got to bear that in mind. But Jesus Christ. Turtonator makes a return to the format. I like that. Shell Trap. No, we're not getting Shell Trap back. Do you have a Shell Trap on the GX? If this Pokemon is damaged by an attack, put 8 damage counters on the Pokemon. It's an Octozolt. It's a baby Octozolt. Obviously, the energy cost is a bit awkward. Fighting on fire. So it won't see much play. It doesn't have the tankiness either. But hey, that sounds fun. We got a Dodrio V. During next turn, this Pokemon does 80 damage to one of your opponent's active Pokemon. Wait. Attacks do 80 more damage. Okay. During your next turn. That's not good, is it? Oh, here comes the roll-on deck. Okay. The rollout. This one I like too. This is basically the new Night March and all those types of things. One of those types of decks. Baby Pokemon hits for 2 energy and tries to get in big damage on the board. Don't think it'll see much play because of the spread, unfortunately, but it's cool. And the ability on this Blissey, is each of your Pokemon with an... God, I'm talking too fast. Each of your opponent's Pokemon with an everybody rollout attack takes no damage from the attacks of your opponent's VMAX. VMAX immunity is always good, especially on a non-V ability because they can't path to peak it. Fantastic. So protection from VMAX is forcing them to play Vs and hitting for weaknesses to KO those Vs. I like that. I like that big time. This one's good. Takes away weakness from colorless Pokemon. That's pretty cool. This one allows you to recover 2 Fusion Strike Trainers. Lets you recover your pills for damage, which is really good. You can see I'm trying to rush now, can't you? This set is massive. You have Greedent in here, which is cheeky, 30 damage, and it is 2 prize cards. The idea that 2 more prize cards for a knockout with this. Get some Sobbles, gust some Sobbles, and win. That's the play. Throw Sponge on it. I think it's Sponge Gloves. Gust Sobbles, 60 damage, win. I think that's mad. Stupid. 2 Sobbles. Ridiculous stuff. Okay. So, trainer cards. There's nothing really too crazy here. There's a Quick Ball reprint. Is there really a Quick Ball reprint? It's an Ultra Ball getting reprinted at some point. I'm not sure. Obviously, we have the Fusion Energy, which is good. And the ones to really talk about right now would be Ellis' Sparkle, which is choose up to 2 of your Fusion Strike Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a Fusion Strike energy card and attach them. So, Energy Acceleration is pretty good. We now have the Cross ones here, which is nice. Throw these in a cheeky Cincino deck. This one is Guzma for 2 of these. If you don't know what Guzma is, it's you gust them, and I think that's how it works, isn't it? Yeah, you switch and yeah, that's it. I made that super complicated. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. If you do, switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench. That's crazy. That will probably see play in Fusion decks because of Genesect being able to just draw cards like ridiculous, just stupidly, and also might see some play in Inteleon decks because Inteleon can find trainer cards. So there you have it. That's a really good effect. This one is also pretty cool. Put a Pokemon or a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. So it's basically, I think it's Rescue Stretcher or Versus Seeker, which is nice. Those are the ones to really talk about, I would say. Judge is returning, which is nice. I think that's pretty cool. There's obviously the Power Tablet, it's called. There we go. During this turn, your Fusion Strike Pokemon do 30 more damage. So it's an extra power for Fusion, which is nice. I think that's really it. Shauna's coming back, but no one's going to play Shauna when we've got Marnie. And I think that's really it to talk about, to be fair. Yeah, I think that is it, which is pretty cool. We have the secret rares and stuff, which is nice. But I'm going to leave it there now. The video has run its course, I think. I think we looked over some of the main stuff. I'm really interested in this set, and I really am happy to explore some new decks, which is going to be fun. I think it's going to be really cool. So we are going to leave it there, I think, for the video, that is. Stream, don't worry, probably going to play a couple of games from now on. But yeah, thank you for watching. Again, check out the Twitch channel if you want to see some live content, which is twitch.tv/forthewintTCG. Thank you very much for watching, and peace.